heathens, my name is Happy Viking, and welcome to Frothy Pint of Metal, a show where I take a look at the young and unsung rock bands of the day and give them the attention they deserve. Now, your standard folk metal comes from Europe, is typically about Europe, which appeals to me, a European. But I like to think that I'm a reasonably cultured and egalitarian fellow. I mean, even though my Viking culture is objectively better than everyone else's, I still like to immerse myself in the traditions and folklore of all peoples. And I greatly respect bands who are willing to share theirs through the metal medium. Like the band we have today, I'm talking about Tengger Cavalry. Today we are going to experience culture in the most preposterously fearsome fashion imaginable, through the songs of these big, strong, and long-in-the-dong Mongols going full force on horseback, hacking and attacking your eardrums with a wondrous rush and a thunderous crush, turning your brain to mush and your ass to dust. Now, I'm a wordy person who likes to talk a lot, and I could very well continue talking about how great Tengger Cavalry is, but seeing as how this is a visual medium, I will provide you with a visual aid. This is your face. This is Tengger Cavalry. Did that get the point across? I think it fucking did. That's the kind of badassery you'd best expect from this bunch of beasts from the east with a need for the steed, bringing pain from the plains with their balls to the wall. Which wall, you wonder? The Great Wall, of course, but these goddamn Mongolians are greater than some shitty wall because they have great dreams and great talent and great goddamn music. Finally something that makes horsemanship look cool again. Because, you know, the internet has taken great pains to ruin horses for just about everybody. Moving on. Nature Zhong, a Beijing native who was taught for many years by Mongolian musicians, started the band as a one-man project to explore themes related to these nomadic badasses. Then he realized that this shit was so radical that he had to be able to play it live. So he recruited some of his schoolboy chums, and suddenly, the lone horseman had himself a kick-ass cavalry with which to rep the steppes. See, despite their stampeding pace and powerful punch, they're still elegant and delicate like some fine china. Or, as I should say, fine Mongolia. Because it's pretty much as Mongolian as you can get. The only way you could get a more authentic Mongolian experience would be to buy a horse, unite the clans, and kill about 35 million people. But that's a lot of work. And this is a 9-to-5 business day world. No one has that kind of time anymore. So Tengger Cavalry graciously presents us a much more economic substitute. Nature Zhong was taught much by his Mongolian masters, along with the obvious and mandatory topics like the brawn of the Khans and the radical nomadic lifestyle. Tengger Cavalry songs are also steeped in the traditions of Mongolian shamanism, also known as Tengerism. It's widespread throughout Central Asia, and though there are small differences in how the religion is practiced abroad, they all involve totemism, animism, ancestor worship, and a number of deities, chief among them being the sky god Tengger. So the name Tengger Cavalry basically means the army of heaven, which is pretty fucking sick. And also perfectly evocative because the band definitely has that kind of celestial grandeur to it. There are a lot of folk metal bands out there that simply don't know how to arrange their instruments to create interesting compositions. In fact, the genre has something of a bad reputation for being full of bands that use their folk elements purely as a gimmick to hide otherwise shitty musicianship. But these shamans ain't no sham, man. Tengger Cavalry is legit. They're very meticulous and they take great care with their arrangements. They take all of their mighty mellow death and deftly mix it with sick Central Asian style, utilizing dombras, horsehead fiddles, and kume, better known to you puny guaylo as Mongolian throat singing, and tie it all together into an endless knot of harmonic sonic enthrallment. And really, how can you hate anything that has Mongolian throat singing in it? Mongolian throat singing is basically death growling for exotic and worldly gentlemen who wear fine suits and drink fine wine and have sex with mediocre to above average prostitutes. You know, nothing too fancy. They just have to be exotic and worldly because that's what exotic and worldly gentlemen like. And just to top it off, these guys are prolific. It's rare to find quality bands that are capable of putting out new material every year, and Tengger Cavalry is certainly one of them. So here you have extremely competent musicians with versatile songwriting who produce content frequently and get better every time. Dare I say it, these guys are perfect. This is perfection. This is the logo of perfection. This is the Facebook page of perfection. This is the photo section of Wait, ponies? Well, nobody's perfect. So, despite this band's clear and present hatred of good taste and common decency, this horde of horrible horsemen still get the Norseman's stamp of approval. Bam! Yeah! I know it doesn't need saying, but Tengger Cavalry is fucking sick, because these ponies aren't little, they're big and tough and actually stimulating entertainment for grown-ass men. This ain't love and tolerance, this is blood and dominance. Tengger Cavalry are the best equestrians. Their talent at combining discord with harmonic elements creates a unique experience that's 20% cooler and smoother than any other. You're guaranteed to get hooked on them in 10 seconds flat, cupcake. So be ready to die when these guys from up high descend upon you from the eternal blue sky, because the army of heaven is gonna get it on like Genghis Khan. And if you know anything about Genghis Khan, you know he did a lot of getting on. So if you want to have the most authentic Mongolian experience available, with all of the cultural beauty and raw sexual intensity that such a thing implies, listen to Tengger Cavalry. I'm happy, Viking, and you've just been served a frothy pint of metal. Rock on and drink responsibly. And take it easy, every pony. Buddy. Fuck. It's okay. It's not a big deal. I can fix this.